Come on in. Good morning and welcome to Transwest Truck Trailer RV. My name is Katie O'Neill and I am so excited about today's video. I love doing comparison videos. I did one a few weeks back on a 24V versus a 24D, and in the comments someone said, hey, can you do a 24J? So I thought I could, but why not just do a 24V versus the 24J? So we're going to talk about some of the options that you have through Winnebago on the Navion product, as well as some of the different measurements that you'll find in the different floor plans. So again, my name is Katie O'Neill. I'm here at Transwest Truck Trailer RV in Frederick, Colorado, and today we'll be looking at a 2023 Navion V versus a 2023 Navion J. And as usual, I love to start my RVs from the inside out, so Jody, if you don't mind, go ahead and take her on back. So today's floor plan is really fun. Both of the units that we're looking at today are the ones that you would be able to sleep in without having to put your slides out. So in other words, these are camp ready with or without your slides, which is a really nice opportunity. As you can see, these are really, really roomy coaches in terms of the walking space. So this space will always be the same here. You'll always have access to this bathroom here, which is super nice. And then this bathroom, the shower is going to be a little bit different in the 24V versus the 24V, or 24V versus 24J. In the V, it's a 19 by 28 by 34 shower versus a 24 by 32. So it's actually got a few inches in terms of overall gain, and it's in the center of the RV as opposed to in the back. You also see that we have a really nice pedestal toilet there, as well as a great medicine cabinet and a nice sink as well. And there's a shower head on a wand, not only the shower but also next to the toilet as well. So for cleaning anything out, this is going to be a really useful vehicle, especially if you've got littles camping with you. And of course, this coach has a bunk over cab as well as a huge bedroom, so you can have lots of kids in here. Now, one of the benefits for the 24V is going to be that we have a separation between the front and the rear of the coach. So if you have littles, oftentimes, of course, they're going to be able to sleep up here. I did want to go ahead and just get you some measurements today as we go through. This measurement will be the same for both of our over cabs. So I'm just going to measure this one time, and I'll tell you right now, it's coming out to be just about 51 inches in terms of overall depth, so even over 48 inches, which is pretty amazing. And then in terms of your overall width, let me get my tape. I'm borrowing a friend's tape, so I'm going to blame it all on Bill's tape. Mine's a little more sturdy, but it's also MIA. So this one is going to be just about 86 inches across. So 51 by 86 is a lot of sleeping room. And if you'll notice up here, we have opening windows. So there's screens up here. There's also covers. And then I have one of the seat cushions up here on top. I have both of them up on top next door, but I'll show you how those work in a few minutes. And then we've got our overhead reading lights. And then if you take a look over here on this mirror, or this window, I just love these little attention to details that Winnebago has. Look at that cute little camper with the trees. And of course, that's harkening back to our 1960s and 70s style Winnebago vans. Of course, this company has been manufacturing for a really long time. But if you wanted to have these separate living quarters, you have two twin beds. So I have a bunk model Superstar, and my bunks are 30 inches wide. These are actually 32 inches wide, and then overall length on this side is going to be 74 inches. So this is a 32 by 74 twin. This is a 32 by 78 twin. So this is for the taller of the two. And then you also have all of this really fantastic cabinet space up top. So lots and lots of storage. Now 75% of this RV is manufactured in-house at Winnebago. So really, really impressive what they can do in terms of making their cabinetry, making their chassis, making their water tanks, their gray tanks, all of those tanks to be exactly what they want them to be in the coach. So super, super nice overall construction. And I love these little push to release latches. You always know that if they're in, you're locked. You're safe going down the road. And then I have this window open because I wanted to show you how these function, because this is a really cool feature. So first of all, you have them all the way open, right? When you put them in though, you can actually choose a latch on the, it's about a 1/2 inch out. And so what it's done is it's actually leaving this open. There's a bit of a gap, or I can close it all the way. And then I can also go with my nightshade or my day shade interchangeably. So super cool there. Or I can have it open, but if I wanted to pop that window open and close the screen, for instance, I could do that and have fresh air in this coach. And you'll notice that when I do that on both sides, between all 3 windows, I have a ton of light in this coach. I also have my rear emergency exit with my MCD power shade. And then on either side here, I'm gonna have great little storage areas. Here, I can't reach that one really well. I'll do this one. So that I can actually keep my wallet, my cell phone, my change, any of those things up here. And I've got 2 USB ports, as well as 2 110 outlets, a 9-volt, and then reading lights once again. So this coach is super, super handy. I also have a television back here. So this coach has 2 TVs in it. And the reason I mention this is because if you have littles and it's nap time, and you want to put them down for a nap, you can do not just this bed, but you could also make this into a 74 by 87 inch bed by pulling this little slide out here and then putting down this cushion. You also have drawer storage down here, which is also really, really fantastic. These drawers are 23 by about 19 inside. Overall height clearance is going to be closer to 6 inches, but the top of the edge of the drawer goes to just under 4 inches tall. So lots and lots of drawer storage underneath here. And then I also wanted to make sure I showed you underneath this mattress, they have this really fantastic system. And what this does is it gives you a very comfortable residential feel for a very minimalistic level of space. So of course here we've got a nice closet. You'll see the rack or the bar up top. And then this is also, this little latch here is for where I store the table. And I'll show that to you in a few seconds. And then back here, there's a clip in the back. That's where the table leg goes. So this is really smart storage. You don't really lose any room except for maybe 1 inch or 2 in your closet with the table stored. And then you also have more storage over here. These are all adjustable shelves. They do come out, so you could use this for coat storage, or you could use it for any kind of cabinet storage. For me, I see a lot of hiking boots going in there. That looks like a great place to keep some hiking boots, but everybody's got their own way they like to store things. And then of course here on top, we're going to have our solar charger. So this coach will come standard with solar. You also have your inverter control. You can see all of your power. And then you got our slide room control here. We could also put our holding tank heater on, so that if we are camping, we're going to be able to stay warm. And then we have our Norcold 2-door refrigerator. And this is a really generous sized refrigerator. Lots of freezer room here. And if you're curious as to how much depth you have, this is pretty impressive, I think. So overall, you've got over 16 inches. It's all the way 18 to the door, but of course that shelf comes in. So 15.5 to 16 inches in shelf space on the bottom. And then on the top, this shelf's about 13 inches long. And then overall width of your refrigerator on the interior. And for those of you who aren't really looking to buy an RV, you're just looking for information, this might be a little lengthy for you, but for those of you who are shopping, this is about 15 inches across at the very bottom. So about 16.5, 17 overall width on the shelves. These videos can be long. This video is really designed for somebody who's seriously in the market that wants to be able to make a decision as to whether or not this is the right RV for them. I love this refrigerator. If you watch my videos, I love the adjustable shelves that slide in and out, so that second shelf down is pushed back so you can have taller beverages there. It could also be pulled out and left in place so that if you didn't have something tall like a bottle of Prosecco, maybe a gallon of milk, you could use that full shelf. So lots of door storage here as well. And again, just a really, really great refrigerator for a very compact RV. Jody, I am going to go in the shower, so I would be remiss for not showing the inside. On these smaller RVs, of course, it's easier to let Jody go in ahead, but as you can see, they've got an optional rack here. This is for additional storage. How smart is that? What if you want to take this down to Baja and go surfing? What if you want to hang your wetsuits up inside of your shower so that they can dry out and they're not left outside where they could be, taken or just blow away? I also love the way they put this little guy here. You put your tissue box in upside down there, and you've got a tissue dispenser, or you can just put the cover back in. But again, these are all the little things that you can do when you are actually...
Could you try
My watch wanted to ask me what I said again. Sorry. No, so these are all the little things that you can do when you're manufacturing your own RVs. Now, also you'll note here that we have our control for our Truma system, so you do have a tankless hot water heater. And please do keep in mind that your water capacity on the 24J versus the 24V is quite different. So you're going to have a substantial amount of water capacity on the J. In fact, if you look at the difference, I want to say, I wrote it down earlier, 43 versus 34 gallons. So quite a bit of difference. If you're out there on the road, keep in mind this has got a little less capacity in terms of water, but it has a lot more storage. So let's just take a look here under this cabinet. And I know Jody was showing you the shower head here, so you've already seen the stackable shelves, as well as the toilet paper dispenser here. And then of course our nice stainless steel undermount sink. Everything is done really well in this coach. Now here in the center, when we get into this galley area, I love the fact that with Winnebago, you have a few different options in terms of sink space. Again, you have that same function. This window is popped open just a little bit, so you could open your window all the way, or you could have it set up so that it's just cracked, so you could have some fresh air in this RV. And you could always, again, just close your entire blackout shade if you've got someone sleeping in here, or just your screen. So really nice feature there. And then what I was saying earlier, I love the way you have the induction cooktop or your propane cooktop. So you've got two different ways to cook in this coach. Of course, our propane is not going to be as fast as our true induction. So if you're making, for instance, we use a French press. If you're making it, a French press in the morning and you want to heat your water up really quick, this is a great way to do so. And then of course, one of the nicer features that you get when you aren't in like a Revel or a Bolt, well, I shouldn't say a Bolt, when you're not in a Revel or a Solus, you get a microwave. So that's really nice. And then this is a really good, roomy microwave. And one of the things to talk about here, so Winnebago has a guy named Kurt the Destroyer who literally goes into his building on the Winnebago campus, and he cooks microwaves and he freezes them and he jiggles them. He does everything he can to see which ones will last the longest. So this is not an accidental choice. This is a very purposeful choice. It's one of the things that really differentiates Winnebago as a manufacturer versus others, because they're manufacturing their own product and they have to buy things like the microwaves or the cooktop essentials. What they do is they go through and they actually try to do the wiggle test, where they'll go through bumps, they'll go over turns and make sure cabinets aren't going to pop open. But they also heat and cool these so that they can make sure you're going to get the best longevity, because as we've all seen, you can see a Winnebago that's 50 years old still driving down the road today. And that's just a testament to how they test and they manufacture their product. Okay, so drawer space, once again, super huge. I love the fact that these covers for the sink are bamboo cutting boards. Really, really nice there. Lots and lots of drawer space in this 24V. If you wanted to be able to stay out for a long time in this coach, you would have so much room to pack. Of course, here's our second television with our sound bar. And then a lot of space here underneath this, again, dual stainless steel undermount sink. Just great, great storage. And then I was really excited to be able to show you the recliners today, because we usually have the table in here. So nice to be able to see what the recliners look like. Of course, if it's just the two of you and you want to put your feet up and relax, really easy to get comfortable here. And then I also wanted to show you, everyone always asks about these cushions. So we see these cushions in most of the videos. They're hanging on the back of the seat. And everyone's like, what the heck is that for? Well, what it's for is when I'm sitting here at this table, if I want to be able to turn around and have a meal, this puts me at the right height. So I just have the cushion on the seat here. Now the other thing I'm going to do is I do want to pull the slides in today and show you the walking room, but I also wanted to show you that you can put this table here, or you could put it here in front of you. So if you have two people dining and you want to sit in your recliners, you can do that. But if you have a third guest, or maybe you just want to have it off to the side, maybe with some chips and dip, and a drink or two. You could put that there on your other hole in the floor. The other reason that would be useful is if you didn't have your slides deployed and you wanted to be able to sit and turn around, you could still use that table with your slides in. So again, when we talk about these RVs, one of the things that's really important to think about is in terms of overall function. If you are going to stop at maybe at a Walmart, overnight for a quick, siesta, and you don't want to put your slides out or draw attention, both of the units I've chosen today can be slept in without having to exit the vehicle. So I'm going to put this up now, and then I'm going to sit down, and you'll see how much lower I sit. So quite a bit lower. Now, just so you know, in order to deploy the slides, we do have to make sure our parking brake is deployed and our engine's running. So I've got that going on for us right now. We're going to go ahead and bring in this slide. So as I mentioned, there's some different benefits. The 24V has by far the best storage for golfers. It's got really big, long storage, or for paddle boarders. So if you've got some bigger equipment, this is the coach for you. We're going to go ahead and take a look at that on the outside right now. But before we go, I do just want to show you quickly the storage that you have up top. Once again, and then, Winnebago does such a great job. They've got puck lights all throughout the coach. So those go on and off. And then again, USB ports, 9-volt, everything that you need. A few more 110 outlets down here as well. So just very cool, very functional, very useful RV. For those of you who are in the market for something that you can use just as a couple or with kids, this is a great choice. So Jody, I'll go ahead and let you lead the way on out. We are going to talk about some of the things that we see there, but I want to turn the coach off first. I think we'll just make sure that we talk about the infotainment system. So one of the things that's nice about this 2023 Navion is in 2020, Winnebago did a really good job at making the option, or taking the option of the higher end Mercedes-Benz chassis that had all of the lane departure warnings and the active cruise control and safety systems. So that's a big differentiating factor for this coach. So this coach does have, the blind spot assist, and it also has the automatic cruise control. But beyond that, one of the most important things to note about this, so this is our full paint finish. We do have an optional graphic finish that has stickers, but this is our full paint finish. It's not inexpensive, but it's beautiful. But if you look at little things like this, Winnebago makes these steps. You can just jump on these steps. You can be a really big, heavy dude, and they're gonna hold your weight, but they also have a place to anchor your dog. So as you have your puppy, you can actually use this as a leash tether. And then down here below this, you can see this black steel piece that's holding that step in place. We are able to make these steps because Winnebago actually will cut their own steel, and then they have something called e-coating, and they'll actually take the steel that they're using and they'll start it off in one tank, and it goes through 10 different tanks, a cleaning process first, and then they actually are electrically coating the steel with a paint that's making it less susceptible to rust. So we're able to actually manufacture exactly what this step needs to be shaped like in order for it to function for this vehicle. Again, this is all because of Winnebago's ability to create their own coaches. Now here we're going to go ahead and put out, oh there it is, our awning. Sorry, I'm so used to mine, which is up top, but we can't do this on both sides, so I figure we'll just do it on one. And again, keep in mind there are, great videos. Taylor did a video of a 24J last week. Teresa Crawley does great videos too. So if these are a little long for you, please note Transwest makes 5 videos a week. So we do a really good job at trying to get you the information that you're looking for. My videos tend to be a little bit longer. I like to think of this as if you're kind of about to cross the finish line and you really want that attention to detail, you want the measurements. For me, when I was out as a consumer before I bought my RV here at Transwest, I was looking at Matt's videos, and you know, he didn't have videos on all the things that I wanted. And so I was like, if I ever sold RVs, I would just make a ton of videos. So I think I've got about 200 made so far, and I'm not done yet. But please note, there's more people here at this store than you can imagine, with so much talent. And of course, with Jody, you know, behind the camera, and Avin behind the scenes every day making this program work for you, we can get you the information you need. So this is just about 19 inches deep. And then overall, again, we're gonna blame this measuring tape on Bill Hurtado, 43 inches across on the inside, but that mouth is kind of what we're gonna be looking to see. The mouth of this is just about 3 feet in diameter. So if I didn't mention Bill Hurtado yet, Bill Hurtado joins us with more experience than I can even, I think it's like something like 30 years in the RV industry. So you can watch his videos too. He's fantastic. Again, here's your 3200. Now you'll see this one says RV QD 3200. So there are two different options for your generator. The standard option is a propane generator. This is the diesel generator. As we go through the evolution of our coaches, Mercedes has got a chassis change coming up for 2023. They're going to drop the 6-cylinder and go to a 4-cylinder. The problem is we don't have any 4-cylinder chassis to build or model our coaches on yet. So if you're in the market for a Navion and you feel like there's a lot of them out there, please note, there's not a lot. We have 10 new Navions that are still coming in from the factory at Winnebago. We normally have like 50 to 60, and 3 of those 10 are already sold. This quiet diesel generator is quite popular. If you're interested in hearing feedback in terms of which one's quieter, why would I need diesel, all of those things, you can always find me. You know, my contact information will be here at the bottom of the video at the beginning as well as at the end, but you can always find me and send me a text, shoot me an email, and I can talk to you about the benefits of each of those, because the diesel generator upgrade is quite expensive and it may not be something that you need. It's also going to be pretty hard to come by as we finish out this production line. Okay, so again, more storage here. This is a great little spot, especially if you have those collapsible camping chairs. It's 21 inches deep, which you would not really expect that. But then overall, in terms of its overall width, it's about 2 feet across. So if you have those small collapsible camping chairs, they're kind of rocker chairs. You get them at Dick's Sporting Goods. Those are great. And then you wouldn't have to put them here. You could just keep your golf clubs here, keep your surfboards in here. Maybe not surfboards, maybe boogie boards. But still, a ton of room here in the 24V. So I am going to go ahead and just measure this at its widest point. We're looking at about 33 inches. At its narrowest point, we're looking at about 28. And then the overall length of this compartment is 55 inches across. So quite a bit of room here for you. One of the nice features, of course, is being able to access this on either side. So you could load different things in different places and be able to get to them. Again, the 24V, this is all, of course, underneath that gigantic bed that's there in the back. So you could absolutely store a lot more in the 24V than any of the other models. Again, we talked about our Truma AquaGo system here. And then underneath there we have our water bay. So you've got your little 30 amp there. Winnebago is really smart in how they label everything. All of this stuff is super simple to use. They have tank fill, freshwater fill. Everything is really well labeled. And of course you have your outdoor shower with hot and cold water as well, which is really nice. Then you can see the exterior of our slide here, and below that we've got our water tank. And there's your black tank waste drain. Very, very easy to access. I do like that that's separate in the water bay. Mine is, of course, tied in. And then here is your propane tank, and this has got a 50.76 capacity. So pretty big propane tank overall. And as you notice, you'll fill here, but you have a quick connect on the passenger side of the vehicle so that you can actually access it. And we have a Outlander fire pit. So if you have an Outlander fire pit, that would be really nice. You could just run a line right there to the fire pit, put it out there under your awning, sit down, listen to some Jimi Hendrix, roast some marshmallows, have a nice evening. Okay, so now here we go. So I didn't want to get lost. I do this a lot. I try to get matching RVs so that we don't get lost in whether or not we like Mineral better than Bay Mist or Stella. I just want to compare the two coaches, but this is the J versus the V. So we'll take a look at storage once again. So same storage bay here. And again, if you weren't paying attention, there's that quick connect I was just talking about. As you can see, we've changed our location of our Truma vent here, and that's of course because we've got a different floor plan on the inside. This is going to be the 24J. This one still does have that quiet diesel Cummins own engine generator. Now, what would the benefit of diesel be? The benefit of diesel, of course, would be that you don't have to run off your propane tanks. It's running off of your fuel tanks. So you don't have to worry about running out of propane because you're running your generator. The disadvantage, of course, is going to be that the diesel generators are a little bit noisier, but they're still quiet diesel and they're park regulated. Again, same storage there. This is where the difference is. So we'll go ahead and take a look underneath here. So maybe not quite as long, but as you can see, still some pretty fantastic storage here. And I am again going to measure this for you. So your deepest point is going to be about 34 inches versus here your deepest point is about 22. Uh-oh, don't you dare. Yes, sometimes folks in RV videos, the tape measure gets stuck. That happens, I'm telling you, all the time. Okay, only if you use one though. Someone will inevitably say at the bottom of my video today to go ahead and drop the tank or drop the tape, and I will again say, okay, so it's about 32 inches in depth or in width down there. And then here in the front, we have 45 inches here. Your opening though, right, because the opening does matter, your opening is going to be about 14 by 29. Yeah, so to whomever it is that would like to comment today that I should go ahead and put my tape away, please go ahead and change the channel right now. These are live videos. I don't mean to be that. I'm not snarky. But no, there's a lot of people who use this information. I get a lot of positive feedback. That's why we're doing this video today. Same 7-pin connector, 5,000 pound towing capacity. Same water bay. Inlet for your black tank flush. And then look at this, bonus storage. So in both of these coaches, you have a little bonus storage. We're gonna have a very similar execution on this side as well. So another great storage capacity. I think we should probably measure this one, Jody, just to give people an idea as to how wide it is, even though we're underneath the slide. So we're going to go ahead with about 31 inches in overall width, and we're going to go with about 19 inches in overall depth. So, and then that's going to be, of course, where your propane tank is. Same propane tank. So the only thing that really changes about this, you're going to have a 41-gallon gray water tank and black water tank in both of these coaches. It's just the water capacity, and again, the water capacity here on the J is going to be 43 gallons versus 34. I'm sorry, on the J it's on the J it's 34 gallons, and on the V it's 43. So a lot more water capacity on the 24V. I might have got that backwards earlier. I hope not, but if I did, you should have watched the whole video. All right, let me put this window down, Jody. I'm gonna let you into my world. Again, super, super nice coach. One of the things that's great about this RV is this controller here allows you to control things that you can also control here. We've got traffic sign assist, active lane keeping assist, active brake assist, and attention assist. So again, these are the safety features. But here in this house menu, you can actually change all of your drive assist features right here. Can you see that? So there's your service. You can just choose that. It will show you if you have any messages, whether or not you need DEF, your oil level. Then you can go here to drive assist. You can actually see your stopping distance and whether or not you're in the lanes there. And you can choose a lower stopping distance or a higher stopping distance. So if you're following someone, you don't have to tailgate them. Your trip computer, of course, allows you to see things like your mileage, fuel consumption, all of these things, your miles per hour. Just a really, really nice dash, especially for those of you that are used to driving a high-end vehicle, or even, you know, gosh, I think almost all of the cars out there these days have really nice telematic systems. So this RV is very, very familiar, very comfortable, because it has all of those nice things that you have. And then all of your phone control is right here. You can answer, hang up. You've got voice control for your radio. And if you say Mercedes, she will actually come on and take you through all of your navigation settings by voice control. But even more importantly, you can have up to 6 driver profiles set. So if you tend to go visit your grandkids in Michigan with your daughter, but you like to go see your grandkids in Washington with your son, you can set those profiles so that you have all your radio stations, all of your addresses, and everything set with different profiles, so that you can actually keep everything that you're using separate on your different trips, so that when you get into Washington, you can go to the Washington profile and all of those things are saved for you. It's a really great feature. Of course, we've got power mirrors and power windows. I am going to open the door again on you, Jody. I just don't want to surprise you. And then you'll notice as well, so Mercedes-Benz actually owns the copyright to this seat. That's why you see it here. So this is your tilt feature, and then this is a 6-way forward and back, up and down in the front and rear, memory seats and heated seats, as well as lock and unlock. As you also have auto headlights. Of course, we're used to having that on our vehicles. It's really nice to have it on an RV. If you look at a Newmar in the 2023 model, they've finally gone to auto headlights. So it's amazing that you can get all of these creature comforts by, you know, Winnebago so much earlier than some of our really high-end, really ultra expensive, you know, $700,000 RVs. You know, oh shh, we're not talking to you right now. She wants me to tell her where I'd like to go. So Jody, where I'd like to go is, if you don't mind, make sure you take a look at these cool headlights. I love the way that these daytime running lights show in the front, so you can see that nice glow. If you're in a position where there is, for instance, someone coming towards you in the fog, they can see you really clearly. But we are going to go ahead and close this door, and Jody's going to come around on the other side, and we're going to take a look at the interior of this coach. Let me get that for you, buddy. There you go. All right, so come on in. Okay, so this is a different beast, right? So a little more room. So this is one of the things that people like about the 24D. You've got a little more room overall in your cab. Now, if you had a little who needed to take a nap, they wouldn't have their own area, but you could still close this curtain. You also have a really nice big window here, and then I'll show you some of the storage as well. We still have both of our overhead storage trays to keep our wallets and cell phones in, as well as our reading lamps, 2 110 outlets, 2 USB ports, and a 9-volt. Lots of storage up here. And again, this is one of those RVs that you do not need to put the slide out in to be able to sleep. Oh, harmonious versus harmony interior. So you'll notice in one of them you have a white cabinet, and the other one you have this nice walnut colored cabinet. That's really the only difference between the two interiors. So for those of you that are looking for something that's maybe got a little more of a modern or bright interior, then you would do the white cabinets. These dark cabinets, though, I will tell you, are going to be a little easier because you're not going to get fingerprints on them, so a little easier maintenance. Another one with a television. So that's a nice feature there. Let me just grab my clipboard. I know it sounds silly, but we do definitely take a lot of notes on these coaches. I think I mentioned earlier that this had a 32 by 40 shower. So there's your more traditional shaped shower. And I'm sorry, that's 24 by 32. Yeah. Can you imagine if it was 4 feet wide, it would be the whole entire back of the coach. Nice towel bar. Again, nice fan here. So we've got the ventilation. Another great place to hang your wetsuits. You've got your shower heads a little different. You've only got the one in here. Over here you have another one. That's just going to be for washing out the toilet. You can see we've got this coach winterized right now. So a little bit different layout here. And that, of course, is because your sink is going to be right here outside of the restroom. Now, is that advantageous? I don't know. It could be if you think about it. You could have someone using the facilities and you could still be out here brushing your teeth or blow drying your hair. So these are all considerations in choosing your floor plan. Another nice consideration, though, is that you have your storage. Of course, we still have our great little tissue dispenser. And then when you see these little W's, this is going to be a thing to hang your towel on or your washcloth, just so you know. I thought that was kind of fun. Stainless steel undermount sink. Lots of storage room here. And again, you know, I guess it just depends on how you camp and what you like as to which one of these is better. Now, we should talk about this rear bed. So next door we had a bed that had a total of 74 by 87 together. This corner bed is going to be 79 inches long. It's 50 inches wide. So this would be a fantastic coach for somebody who wanted to cuddle. This is a cuddle coach. So if your wife doesn't snuggle with you enough, you just go get her a nice 24J and you two are going to be like two bugs in a rug. I don't think that that's actually a thing. Jody's laughing at me like, did you just make that up, Katie? Yeah, probably. Wow, look at all that storage capacity. Nice little hanging area there. Again, nice microwave. And the 24J has a very nice, this is kind of like big RV pantry storage with these full extension pantry shelves, and there's 4 of them. They're all set at different heights, so you could have things like olive oil and like I said, it's important to understand there's no right or wrong answer when it comes to choosing one of these Navions. It's just which one is the best for you. Now, another big feature that as we run into our model year closeout that's hard to come by is this U-shaped dinette. Now, I love this because I like the fact that, first of all, this 24J has the most seat belts. So this one has 5 seat belts as opposed to 4. One here, one here, one here. But I like the fact that I could put this table out wide and 2 of us could actually sit there and play cards, or we could have a meal around it. We could actually sit 4 people pretty comfortably around this table, maybe even 5. These little guys here, when you put your little, I guess I should just do it, huh? When you put your little leg rest up and you're watching a movie, great place to keep a drink, some chips right in between the 2 of you. So we love this, and of course this is an extra bed. So really nice feature there. And then of course here is all of our storage. Once again, that same window that you can open a little bit, open a lot, and then have your screen set or have your blackout shades up. So we really, really like some of these features on this coach. And again, this is the Harmonious versus the Harmony interiors. The Harmonious is going to be the walnut cabinets up top, and the Harmony is going to be the white. And so we'll just put these back down. There's just 2 little clips that release. And now, of course, what we're going to do next, we're going to go ahead and start this RV, and we're going to bring our slide in. In terms of drawer space, very similar kitchen on both of these coaches. Not a whole lot of length difference overall. And then in terms of walking space, again, a lot of people buy these because maybe they're not camping a lot. Maybe they're driving across country, camping for a few days, but they just want a place where they can have their puppies in the coach with them. Oh, I already had it running, Jody. And my brakes already deployed. I could have just done it. It was so quiet, folks, I couldn't tell that it was running. No, but so this might be just a coach for you while you're in transit. You know, if you're driving cross country, we get a lot of people who this is just so much better than having, you know, a big van with your dogs in it, because it has a bathroom in it. It has a microwave. You can run your generator while you're driving, microwave yourself a burrito. Of course, you can cook, you know, make me breakfast. But as you can see, this coach closed in really has a very nice dining area, as well as sleeping accommodations and access to your restroom. So, you know, I don't know which one's the right one for you. I think that there are really good choices. There's so much packed into these two little tiny packages. Today we're looking at stock numbers 5N221139. So 5N221139. That's the 24J that we're in right now. And then the 24V was 5N220795. And just in case I confused you earlier, the freshwater capacity on the 24J is 34 gallons. It's 43 gallons on the 24V. The benefit of both of these coaches is that you can sleep in these coaches and dine, have your dinner, all of those things while you're maybe at a truck stop or somewhere as a footprint onto your next destination. And of course, they're Mercedes-Benz chassis with, you know, a great, great safety features throughout the entire coach, you know, from your lane tracking to your cruise control, just a comfortable high-end drive, heated seats, all of the best features that you get from Mercedes-Benz paired with the best manufacturer out there in the RV industry. Winnebago, been on the road the longest, making their own stuff, making sure everything works the way they want it to. You know, one of the things is they want this to be within 100 pounds on left to right side, because they don't want that tip or sway. I mean, they spend so much time paying attention to all these small details. If I can help you with any information, help you to learn, help you to choose, understand pricing and availability, please reach out to me. You'll find my contact information down below. Again, my name is Katie O'Neill. I'm here at Transwest Truck Trailer RV in Frederick, Colorado. We're right near DIA. We're really easy to get to, and we have fantastic service. We have several great product lines, and we have the best video crew and staff on the market. So again, thank you so much for tuning in. Have a great day, and let me know how I can get you on the road camping.